Alrighty, let me clear up everything, just clean slate. So we're starting to see some bullish movement, thank God. But I wanted to just start off on the monthly so we know where our key areas are. Number one important thing, because you want to be selling into an area that's like weekly support, that's deadly. So again, we're working in this current level, this really, really strong level of support, supply, demand, whatever you want to call it. And at the same time, you see that on this time frame, on the daily time frame, we're making higher highs and higher lows, right? So if I pull my fibs, I can just mark up area of confluences of reversals that might also line up with a fib level that's past or at 38.2, and at this point you have the 61.8 that we're playing around in. So now we can finally ask ourselves, how developed is this area to actually finally go bullish? Let's see, I'm seeing some form of, all right, so let's point out this level of support that has been maintained on the 4-hour, right? So we see we have kind of like a double bottom pattern forming, and at the same time, it's also forming some type of higher low. So let me go ahead and put the times of transition. Yeah. All right, so we have all these things that can help us figure out whether it's time for price to fully go the other direction. So break of mine, support or resistance, we've been had that. We had that over here, honestly. All this would be like viewed on the 30-minute too. So we have a break. You could say this is when I considered that break. So after this break, I was like, okay, cool. As long as it doesn't go past here, we're fine. You have the double bottom that's happening. We go on the 4-hour, we see all this candle exhaustion, all this wicks, all these wicks on the bottom. This exhaustion here. We have exhaustion here, and we have it over here too. All right, so it's plenty of exhaustion that's happening. And if I was to put on my lines, I'm sure that I would see, oh yeah, the blue is over the red right now on the 30-minute and on the 1-hour. So that's good to see. What else? Higher low formed in a downtrend. Yeah, so again, like this to me is some form of higher low on the 4-hour. And then a trend line break. Well, at first I was doing this level and then it had that break, but then I was like, okay, cool, I can update it if I want to. I can kind of do something like this. But yeah, I still have the same bias from yesterday and the day before that. UCAD is finally breaking out to go bearish. This is what I think is happening on UCAD. I really feel like what's happening now is this is playing out, right? So it finally got to a 38.2 level on the daily and it's trying to make its way. Honestly, I do think it's trying to come down here, unless the daily is not actually bearish, and it's looking pretty bearish to me right now for the moment. So that's where I think UCAD is going to end up going eventually, but no, we don't really even got to think that far. But it is showing signs, if we were to put on the same stuff, like, is it actually transitioning in the moment? I'd definitely say yes. And everything else is pretty much lining up except for this, lining up with my analysis for GJ to continue bullish. So we'll just see how that plays out.